quick thought on the parsha. Probably one of the more famous psukim in this week's parsha. That Klal Yisrael is finally left Mitzrayim. Everything is great, and then they look back and they're being chased by all the Mitzrayim. And they get to the Yam, and they're surrounded on three sides, and they're literally stuck between a rock and a hard place, and they just don't know what to do. So what does Moshe Rabbeinu tell them to do? It's probably time to daven. You know, Chiddush stick a word to Moshe Rabbeinu. What should we do right now? I don't know. Well, obviously, daven. As a friend of mine asked Rav Asher Arieli, as Rav Yashiv's numbers were dropping rapidly, and it seemed that the Gadol Hadar had a few moments left to live, and he happened to have been by Rav Asher, and he said, Rebbe, what should we do? Rav Yashiv, the numbers are dropping. He said, what's your question? Daven. There's nothing that stands in the way of tefillah. So Moshe Rabbeinu tells Klal Yisrael to daven. Vayomer Hashem el Moshe. God turns to Moses. Hashem says to Moshe, Ma titzak elai. Why are you crying to me? Daber el bnei Yisrael vayisau. Tell Klal Yisrael to just go. So there's unlimited amount of shatim. What exactly is going on over here? Klal Yisrael seemingly are doing the right thing. Hashem says to Moshe, now is not the time to share a few quick words on the Orach Chaim HaKadosh. Says the Orach Chaim, he asked the Kasha, who else? Who else should we cry and daven to, if not Imloi Lashem Elikav? Ubifrat Beisara. God forbid. It's terrible matziv. If there's no one else, of course. So ask the Orach Chaim, what exactly did Hashem mean over here? And says the Orach Chaim HaKadosh, I'll explain to you a fascinating idea. Achein Yispire Inin Alpi Maimaran Zal, based on a Zohar. Sheyisrael Hayanisunim Bedin, and it is a deep idea, but I think we can understand it on a very simplistic level. Says the Orach Chaim, I'll just read you a few of his lines. Klal Yisrael is Nisunim Bedin, and the problem was that the Koyach HaRachamim is fighting the Koyach Hadin, and the Koyach Hadin was winning. Ki Yisrael Ketir Galeim Midas Hadin, the Midas Hadin was ruling over them, and therefore, Ein Koyach Birachamim, Tefillah is Rachamim. The Tefillah couldn't win. Litzan Ma'isem Anizkar, because they were in a very low place, so their Tefillahs had no power. Al Kain Amar LaMoshe, Hashem says to Moshe, Matitzakalai, Pirush, what does this mean? Kain Adavar Tali Biyadi. God is talking. It's not up to me right now. Hagam Shani Chafitz Asanis. Hashem says, I want to do a miracle for my children, but Kivan Shehimin Aruyim. Midas Adin Mainas. The judgment is holding me back, says Hashem. I can't do a miracle. Ve'in koyach berachamim kinegen midas adin aminas. So what should he do? And this, we could say, is probably a situation that we're personally in all the time. We're not worthy. We have a horrible situation facing us. How do we respond? We think we daven. But wait, maybe Hashem is standing there and saying, my child, I would love to do a miracle for you, but I can't because you're not worthy. Because Midas Hadin is holding me back. So what's the answer? Va'amar alav, and Hashem says, Daber el b'nei Yisrael, Pirush, Zois ha'itza ha'yu'utza. Hashem is giving us advice. Lahagbir tzar ha'chesed v'rachamim. You want to know how to win? You want to know when you're in a situation that din is winning, that you can't have a miracle performed? And you want chesed to prevail? We need a nace. Daber el b'nei Yisrael. And what does Klal Yisrael have to do right now? What do we have to do when we're at that moment when everything seems horrible, that we're not able to overcome, and our own maisim, our own actions do not allow for a miracle to be performed? V'yisatzmu be'emuna b'chol libam. Have full emuna. Believe in God 100%. Va'yisayu. And go forwards. Where? Straight into El Hayam Chaydem Sheichali. Al Samach Habitachan, if you believe in Hashem fully, Ki Ani Yasel Hameis, Ubemsai Zois, and through this, Hiskaber Harachamim. The Rachamim will win. Sometimes tefillah unfortunately can't work. Sometimes we're in bad situations and we've tried to daven and we've tried it all, and it seems there's nothing else to do. At those horrible moments, says the Orach Chaim HaKadosh from the Zohar, Hashem is giving us an eitzah. You know what the Eitzah is? Action. Believe in Hashem, have real conviction, and go forwards. What does it mean to go forwards? Where are you going? What are you doing? They had no choice. This was a yam. This was, quote unquote, maybe easier. But in everyone's own lives, there are times that we just don't know what to do, and maybe the tefillah is not working. So first of all, learn some tefillah svarim and realize there's always more tefillahs to be said. Let's just interject that. No one should ever think tefillah, daven and daven and daven and daven. But now another piece of advice, says the Orach Chaim, is take action. Have emunah on Hashem, have bitachon, believe, and act. And often it's the action. Maybe it's doing a chesed, maybe it's doing a mitzvah, maybe it's just jumping into a project that you don't think you could do. Believe in Hashem and just do it. Take on that extra chavusha, do that extra chesed, give a little bit more to tzedakah. And maybe that's precisely what's needed to split that yam and to have that nace be performed for you.